Bum bum. Hello, 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 Miss Karen Suki. Thank you for being here. I need to put my glasses on. Where are they? I'm never going to be able to read the chat, and I still don't think I can read the chat. Do you ever feel like your eyes are just getting worse and worse? I'm, geez, No, you're first. Oh, Richard's here. I didn't even see him sneak in under the wire. Richard, hello. I'm so glad you guys are here today. It should be fun. I figured we could have the topic and then throw in some music. Richard, did you notice by any chance that I changed some light bulbs? So hopefully it won't just go green on us. Just Tiff is in the house. Hello, hello, hello. Lovely, lovely, lovely. It is Thursday. Can you believe it, guys? It's the 15th of the month already. Like we're halfway through the dang month. We have a holiday coming up, Martin Luther King Day, unless it's been eliminated and I'm not aware of that. The temperature here is dropping. It feels like it's 23 degrees. That's what it says on my phone. It's 34 degrees and it's supposed to drop, tonight into the low 20s, 18 degrees. And I'm a chilly, and tomorrow the high is 28 degrees. So Richard, we got to buckle up, Buttercup. It's going to be cold. Oh my God, do I see Scotty in the house? Scotty boy, so nice to see you here. This is so exciting. We still haven't had snow in Are you kidding? Karen, my gosh, I think we've had more snow in my little town of Massachusetts than you. Oh my God, Josh is in the house. I'm tickled pink and purple and blue and all the happiness. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. It means a lot, guys, to have you guys in the house. No snow in Colorado. That's amazing. So we're just going to let some people to filter in and then we'll pick up where we left off. I kind of am hoping that Ben's going to join because in my description of today, I used some lyrics that I thought would cheer him up and made me laugh. Tiff, you just got some snow? Do I ask how much? I need some iced tea. I feel like I'm coming down with the plague again because people in the neighborhood are getting sick. And I'm not hanging out with anybody, but I am going to the grocery store and running errands. And everywhere around me, people are talking about how they're all getting the flu. I'm like, come on. Last year I had like 4 different flus. Can I be done? Okay. So hopefully my glands aren't going to swell. Fire ban already, camping ban this summer in Colorado. Oh my God, already? Wow. Oh, well then, so without, I don't want to jinx anybody, but do we send love and light or love and snow to Colorado and that it just dumps on you guys and fills the coffers of the mountains of Colorado? Because, even here in Massachusetts, we need the rain, we need the snow. It's our rivers, our lakes, they all need to be filled. And I don't want to ban in all my groceries, and when I say groceries, I mean all the wonderful flowers, plants, vegetables that I intend to plant. And I'm hoping to plant some blueberries this year. So, I'm going to just, I don't want to torture everybody by wishing you lots of snow, but I wish you lots of snow. So holy macaroni. So for those of you that are new to the topic at hand, so we've been talking about the month of January being the month of grounding. And I used some lyrics to, kind of like "Welcome to the jungle, people." Um, it's when we think about the highs, the lows, and everything in between, it's learning how to navigate some of this stuff. It's important for us to feel like, where's the control, right? And so we're exploring this really deep high and low and everything in between. And it's not about self improvement, it's really about grounding, right? It's because grounding isn't really about staying calm all the time. Thank goodness, because I would suck at that. Um, it's about staying within ourselves. It's about um, almost, I guess you could say, expanding contraction, contracting. We're I think of a rubber band, right? We're pulling it out, we're releasing it. Um, Indigo Blackthorn, thank you for being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And so, we're going to talk about that a little bit today. Um, it's hard to it's hard to improve on protection, okay? Or is it perfection? um, and so, one of the things that I was Ben was busting me and Richard last week about some of my songs that I was referring to, and so I picked a couple so that way protection. Gotcha. Okay. Um, uh, that sort of keeps us going, right? We have songs that that shake us up for when we're happy. We have songs that hit us when we're in the blues. And then we have songs that are in between that sort of rile us up. And so I have a couple of those that I thought we could just sort of throw out amongst us because I think it touches base right on. um, I've started the new year off with this journaling, creating daily prompts for everyone, including myself, so that it can help me ground, it can help me navigate, it can help me look into what is it that we really want as a community. One of the things that I was looking for when I started my channel a year ago, woohoo! I made a year, and all of you have been here for me, and I really appreciate it. Um, I think that's an experience for me that I didn't know what to expect. And so you have filled my cup by being here. And that's one of the things. Thank you, Josh. I know I'm really excited. I made it a year. And at the end of the year, I was like, well, maybe I'm tapped out. I'm not going to continue with YouTube. It's not really, I don't know where I want to go with it. But I figured I'm just going to keep going, see what comes out and how I evolve because it is about growth. It's about healing. And I started out, feeling the highs, feeling this love of community and appreciation of everyone. Um, and it's connecting not just to my purpose, but potential. And that's one of the things I think we forget is that we all have potential. And what does that potential look like? And how do we define it? And who are we? And who do we want to be? Um, I'm not this guru. These are all my own thoughts. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on YouTube. I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a psychological professional. I am a human on an exploration, a journey. And that's what happens. Um, and oh, I'm so glad, Scotty. That makes me feel so good that you walk away from the show feeling great and wiser because you are. And all of you are, and that's part of the thing when we talk about grounding and we talk about, um, you know, when we're in the high of things, it's a teaching moment for us, right? But without grounding, that high can become pressure. Oh my God, I just reached, I think I'm at 148 subscribers. Now, in my fantasy, I thought I would have been at 200 by now. That's okay. 148 is 148 wonderful individuals that are part of my channel. Woohoo. Um, but don't, for me, I have to just not let that turn into pressure. Oh my God, now I need to achieve blah, blah, blah. Um, or I can't lose the feeling, this high feeling that I love so much. Because it's for me, it's about positivity. It's about filling my cup, right? It's the grounding needs to turn into, for me, and I would imagine for you guys, nourishment instead of like expectation. So one of the things that I have learned, that some creators and teachers have taught me is, just sort of putting your hand on your heart, using our breathing technique, and just being grateful for the moment as a gift, right? This is a gift. I achieved 1 year of being here on YouTube with all of you. That is a gift. Let the joy land without chasing it. And that's one of the things that is important. And yes, Indigo, I agree. And I've watched certain people go from having 100 subscribers to 1,000 subscribers. I don't know how they do it, but it doesn't really. It's I'm not going for the same audience as some other people are going for, and that doesn't make it good or bad or indifferent. It's everybody's got their own journey. And would it be nice to be monetized? Sure. But everybody that I talk to that has 1,000 subscribers or more, you're getting pennies on the dollar. It's not like you're bringing home a paycheck and you could quit your job. You'd need to have several 100,000, you know, views or subscribers and then view hours. Um, and so I don't want my content to be, well, if I do this, then everybody's going to come. It really is a healing journey for me. I started out because I was lonely, and I didn't know how to connect with people after, COVID and after my heart event. And on the 27th of this month, we're going to talk about my heart event because it will be my anniversary of, it's kind of like my second birthday. I was born again, if you will, resuscitated back to life. And I want to celebrate that. It's that's been a journey. It's been a real healing journey. So my channel is healing. Yeah, absolutely, Josh. It is. It's conversations, it's connection. And I think I like the title, I'm Not Your Guru. Oh, is it really taken? Oh, that sucks. I would have liked that to be my t-shirt. I'm not your guru. Oh shoot, Richard. Um, and you're not monetized yet, Josh? Geez, I thought you were over. Well, I don't know how it works. So you know what? Uh, I'm just trying to focus in on creating content that people want to hear. And I always said when I first started, I said to a friend of mine, well, if I'm just talking to me, I'm just talking to me. I'm just doing it live because I talk to me all the time anyway. Scotty Boy says, the more subs, the more you need to put into it. It turns into a job. So it's not as much fun. Absolutely. Indigo says, I have some topics I want to talk about that aren't monetization friendly. And that's part of it, right? That's the other thing for me too. I agree. That is a lot of subscribers. I only have 64. So Karen, but are you going live, Karen? Did I miss that you're like live? Because then I need to check how I'm subscribed to you, and maybe I'm not getting the notifications. Um, Josh says, my universe channel included is in a definite shift. Yep. And Richard says, oh, we just passed my 6-year anniversary of my 100% LAD blockage. Hallelujah, amen, and happy you're here. Congratulations. Indigo, it's 1,000 subs, 3,000 watch hours consistently. You can go live before you get monetized as soon as you have 50 subs. That's true. Um, but that actually is if you're YouTube only. If you have Restream or StreamYard or one of the other third-party things, you can go live immediately. Tony Robbins does ring a bell. I am very familiar with his work. And a fellow creator that I follow, oh shoot, I'm going to have to get her name and put it up here. She's very interesting. She had gone to one of his seminars and did a play-by-play on the intensity of it. It's a lot of work. Josh says, Karen, yes, but you have to set up an AdSense account to be. I don't know what that means. Jimena's in the chat. And guys, Jimena's going live tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern, so 10 p.m. Central, I think it is. Yeah, I like that it's a calmer channel. I really do. It's something that for me, it's, I want us to have fun. This is for me, it's like having a cup of coffee or iced tea or something with friends, and we're sitting around. And if you were here, I'd be hosting you anyway with cookies and cheese and crackers. And don't laugh at me, but I just was introduced by my brother to Havarti cheese, and I'm now addicted to this cheese. So I love having this cheese and crackers, and I make this brie with fig jam, and but I don't make it unless I have company, because even the small bries are big. And talk about a tummy ache. Holy moly. And I don't believe it's really diet friendly. So, we gotta pay attention to that. So then when we focus, so we have our highs, and so we're doing our gratefulness, right? We're landing the joy in gratefulness without chasing it. And then you have the lows and that's kind of what I've been feeling the last couple of days. When your heart feels heavy, and part of that is grief, right? Of people and of potential and this is where I'm disappointed in me. I have an opportunity to grow my in-person practice, and I'm feeling frustrated because I'm in my avoidance cycle. And on Tuesday we talked about avoiding. It's like, what am I afraid of? Am I afraid of succeeding? What happens if I succeed? What happens? What's going to change? And it's having this conversation with myself, right? It's like when you're grieving one thing and you're trying to heal another. So I'm grieving the loss of potential, and I'm stuck, and I'm trying to heal the loss of humans in my life. And the loss of humans isn't just the physical death. And, this is the conversation. And I think we talked about this on Tuesday. If I were sitting with a friend, I'd be saying, people do come in and out of our lives. They serve a purpose for a period of time. And then you move, it's almost like you outgrow each other, right? And it doesn't make it bad, and it doesn't make them bad. It just, we've sort of served each other's purpose, and we don't jive anymore together. We don't shake our groove thing together. And that's, that's important, but it's a loss, because As we become more self-aware of what we like, who we want to be with, whether it's on YouTube, in our live chats, whether it's with friends or other community people, we're starting to hone in on what we like and what we don't like. And there's a loss when we start cutting people out. But it doesn't mean that those people are, they're just not the people that you want in your life, and they don't fill you up. So we're not going to drink something intentionally that tastes like crap unless it's medicine. That's a whole different ballgame. Um, Even me with protein shakes, if it's green and it tastes like grass, I'm not drinking it. If it and I can blend it in with my smoothie, good, I'll have it. But we're not going to keep putting stuff in our body that's not healthy for us or doesn't taste good, because not healthy for us we might eat anyway or drink. So my roundabout point is we're still shedding some of the things that don't raise us up. But there are a lot of people that don't understand my journey. I don't want to say our journey, my journey. Um, and it's okay. They don't have to understand it, but also sometimes people don't even want to witness and accept that that's your journey. They don't jive with you anymore. And as Jimena would say, they see you as hippy dippy, and they don't want to be part of your sphere. Well, I don't want you to be part of my sphere either, because I don't want you to pull me down. But part of the grieving is allowing that to go. If the people that we have in our life, and we're choosing this, guys, so we have to own it. I have to own the responsibility of who is in my life. If I have somebody that's not nice to me and I keep allowing them to be part of my life, it's not their fault. It's mine. I own that because I'm allowing it and I'm choosing it. It's going crazy here. Let me just catch up for a sec. Do, 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 do. YouTube requires you to create YouTube AdSense account to monetize. Okay, I'm going to have to look into that, Josh. That's part of the reason why I've been kind of looking for a YouTube guru to help me set stuff up, because I feel like I'm not getting it, and I have to watch 1,000 videos in order to get myself up and running, and maybe that's just the work I have to do. Oh, Richard Havarti. I know I love Havarti cheese. All right. I'm feeling a little stuck in grief. Yeah, Tiff, and that is something that several of us on this channel are struggling with. The loss of people we love. Also, the loss of people sometimes that we don't love, but that they could still be alive, but they wounded our inner soul, our inner child, our inner adult, and allowing that to say, okay, I send you with love and light, and I wish you nothing but love and light and goodness, but not in my life. Like, it's kind of like when I'm releasing stuff in my house, or I'm using my I moved it, darn it. I was showing you guys the other day my Palo Santo, and of course I misplaced it. But when I try to clear the air, it's like I send that out, any negative energy that's not serving me, that's not teaching me a lesson. I send it back out into the universe, recycle that shit, and go back out and get scrubbed by love and light. But if it's not for my best and highest good, see ya, don't want to be ya. And I think that's sort of the key. Thank you, Jimena. And I sometimes, yes, yes. So Jimena, I do feel like sometimes we're experiencing the same thing. And, unfortunately we both lost our dads this year. And I'm not going to speak for you, but my relationship with my dad was complicated. It still was filled with love. And as I said on Tuesday, I called him a PITA. It's abbreviation for pain in the ass. Um, and I'm sure I was a pain in his ass. Um, it's like you're two very different people who love each other. I always wanted the best for him, and he always wanted what his version of best was for me. And he was old school. So old school, I had to learn to respect that he came from a generation that girls, because he always saw me as his girl, not as a woman, but even women, you had a role. And, you know, I'm not married. I don't have someone taking care of me. So I'm kind of not really, I'm not something to be bragging about because I'm not taken care of. And how am I supposed to survive out in the world without, somebody taking care of me? Um, I've been taking care of myself since I've been on my own at 17, 18 years old. Literally, I took care of myself my entire life. I just wasn't blessed by meeting the right person to fill my cup. I met a lot of wrong people, and then I stopped because, again, one of the lessons that you have to learn, or I had to learn, when you keep experiencing the same thing, so someone mistreating you, it's not always the other person, it's what are you doing? Why are you, Teresa, allowing that stuff to happen? And maybe it's all I thought I deserved, but now I deserve so much more and I deserve better. And if that means, as a reflection of just being independent without a partner, I'm okay with that. This life may not be my lessons and my journey in this life might be to figure out how to be emotionally successful without someone else telling me my value. It could just be my journey for this lifetime. I don't know, but I refuse to be put down, mistreated, physically or emotionally hurt anymore. Not going to happen. Okay, let me get back to the chat. Da, 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 da. Um, Scotty. Scotty, everybody, is a connoisseur of cheese. He loves craft singles. Yes, I love craft singles too. So do my puppies. By the way, let me just share with you my baby boy. He's with me. He's always with me, my little Lulu. Well, no, last on Tuesday it was Biscotti. Today it's Luca. Biscotti's not feeling too well, and I'm not sure why. Um, let's see. Yeah, I have to learn to get some merch. It's another thing I have to learn. Let's see. Indigo says grief is not linear. Some grieving, living people hurts more deeply than when a person passes away. And I think that's very true. And actually, I think we should connect on that and talk and do a live together because we've talked about connecting, and maybe this is where we do that. Karen says, I have a mug addiction too. But when I moved out of country, I had to get rid of most of them. Yeah, I know. It's tough when you have to downsize. Indigo's encouraging you to start a new collection. You guys are funny. Just Tiff, it's especially hard when mutual friends are still in contact with those people. It's definitely a challenge. Yeah. Okay, hold on. We're talking about mugs. That don't work for me in relationships. They seem to get even more pissed at me when I wish them well on my way out. Well, and we all have to take care of ourselves. We all have to do what's best for ourselves. Hopefully we do it with kindness. Um, and that's sometimes a challenge, is to do those kinds of things with kindness. Oh my god, you guys are so funny. Craft singles. Pile up about 3 of them, spread on a little Miracle Whip. This is something we loved back in the day. Do you just take 3 slices of cheese, put Miracle Whip, and that's how you eat it, or do you put it on a sandwich? I don't know if I even wanna know the answer to that. Um, yeah, so Tiff, just Tiff, it is invigorating to be strong, but it is hard. And when you realize your worth, and that's this journey that I have been on really seriously for the last 2. um, yes, Richard, baked brie, I make it all the time for it with Pillsbury croissant dough. I roll it out flat, pop on the fig first, then I put the brie, then I put some more fig. You can put craisins, wrap it, and bake it. It's scrumptious, and that is my word. And maybe that should be my journaling word for today: scrumptious, um, because cheese is just scrumptious. And here's the thing: when we talk about highs and lows, for me, it's associated with things like reward. So, food for me, and I've been talking about this a little bit, is supposed to be about nourishment. What makes me feel nourished? Um, and doesn't so, somebody could argue in the chat, well, eating a box of ring dings is nourishing because but it's not healthy. It's not doing anything for your metabolism or your body. And then you feel bad about yourself, right? So for me, this journey that I'm on now, this health journey, is to eat well, but to enjoy the food that I eat. So eating well doesn't mean, oh, I've got to eat salmon and broccoli and cauliflower and there's no fun in my food. Well, I don't like salmon, so I'm not eating salmon, but I can eat tilapia. I can eat tuna. I can eat swordfish. I can eat filet mignon. That's not my budget anymore, but you know, um, a pork chop and sweet potato, and I love broccoli, so it doesn't matter, or asparagus. Your food should nourish you and you should feel satisfied. But once you're full, you stop. And one of the things that I had offered, and I'm going to be doing some one-on-one um, weight loss hypnosis, it's tilapia is not healthy. Oh, that really made me sad, Josh. Oh, that's a sad, sad thing. I'm going to have to go look at that. Fudge sickle. Well, I got to eat what's in the freezer, but once it's gone, I won't fill it back up with tilapia. It was on sale and it's so good. Um, oh, chemically farmed fish. Did not know that. Good to know. Thank you. Um, okay. No. Banana cakes. I really liked it. It was one of those one fish that I really enjoyed. And I like as well. But anyway, um, try orange roughy. I don't know I've never even heard of that. I don't even know what kind of fish that is. Um, but the point being, nourishing the body, stopping when you're full. For me, and I've shared this on this channel, it's about moving. It's about getting them off this couch and walking. It's about getting off this couch and doing my exercises. It is about the physical, you know, strengthening of the vessel that's supposed to carry me into my 80s. I don't know if I want to live to my 90s. We'll have to see. So, zebra cake, is that actually a fish? Am I being so, you know what? Now I have to look this up. I don't know if someone's pulling my leg or if it's actually something. Zebra cake. What is a zebra cake? Oh, no, it's bad for you. Okay, I feel better. I don't know about zebra cakes. There you go. I've never had a zebra cake. I'm very happy to hear that, Jimena. That makes me very happy. Um, so as we talk about the lows, how do we manage our lows, guys? And one of the things, first of all, we can't beat ourselves up. That's, we have to just, I've had disappointment in myself trying to show up better for me. Part of the reason that I created these daily journaling prompts is to keep me writing, kind of like the exercise and moving, because I need my brain to really tap into what's holding me back from achieving my potential. If I were to share with you guys some of the things that I thought I would have done by this year, the end of last year, you'd probably go, oh my gosh. And were you really going to accomplish that? I could freaking accomplish it. It's not like it's impossible. What's holding me back is me, and I have to understand why. What is it? Is it the voices from yesteryear that told me I wasn't good enough? And there's still those voices that echo and resound in my head? So the lows aren't punishment. They're an invitation, at least in my opinion. They're supposed to pull you inward so that you can hear what your body needs. What is it telling you? Grounding doesn't remove the lows, right? It gives you a safe landing place. That's my opinion anyway. It when you're sitting with your feet on the floor and you're feeling this heaviness, just imagine the heaviness moving all the way down through your legs into the earth. You're not getting rid of it, but you're letting the earth help you hold it, because we have to move through whatever that low is for you, for me, for whomever. And then we have to talk about the space in between, right? Because I think that's where most of us live anyway. We live between the highs and the lows. We don't, again, it's like the rubber band. We don't fully expand and contract or collapse. We're just navigating every day, trying to get through it, rebuilding community, which is what this is for me. You guys are inspiring me, whether it's here in my chat or I go to Jimenez. I'll be going to Indigo's. Josh's chats always lift me. When I go, several of you guys, I'm having a brain fart at the moment. It The community inspires me. It inspires me, you know? And if you wake up and you're not sad, but you're not happy, you're just trying to do your best and fill in. It's but you're not having a breakthrough. You're not like, woohoo. It's accepting that I'm just simply human. And I thought I was going to be, a different kind of a healer. And I followed somebody recently, a Reiki practitioner who I admire. And he talked about, sort of the history of Reiki and what it means to be a practitioner, a student, and a master. And when we speed through the journey of becoming a Reiki master, we're not really embracing the true ideology of what Reiki is. We talk about trying to heal people. It's not about healing people, it's about healing ourselves. And there's so many other things that embody that. But for me, I've been told, well, you have a gift. I'm like, I don't feel like I have a gift. What do I have? I don't feel anything. And that's when you have to come into silence. That's when you have to take a break, go into this space where the grounding becomes a daily practice. And it's not dramatic and it's not glamorous. It's not all these bells and whistles. It's consistency. The in-between is where all the integration of the happy and the sad, the high and the low, the no and the go, because sometimes we have to say no. No, that's not my journey. And yes to other things. It's one small thing. And again, we talked about this on Tuesday and previously, that sometimes I'm overwhelmed by the amount of stuff that I need to do. So the goal is to do one small thing. What's doable in your day? One small thing. How do we live it? How do we love it? How do we embrace it? And how are we kind to ourselves? I mean, again, we've talked about this. 99 people could tell you you're fantastic, and we only hear the one that says, you're not really all that. That's what we hear. That's what we embrace. I want to listen to the 99. I don't want to listen to the one anymore. I don't. Okay, so oh God, we're talking chocolate. Do not mess with my chocolate. Please don't leave me. Oh my God, you guys are cracking me up. Richard said, I saw a video by someone in that vein recently. He made it sound more Zen like Zen Buddhism than anything. Yeah, Richard, I'll find it and send it. I'll post it. Um, gosh, at the moment I'm just not thinking of his name. And he doesn't go by his name. He has like a Reiki something. Um, and I really appreciated it because that what he was saying as it relates to energy work, um, it it resonated more with me than some other teachers that are like, oh, you can go out and you can, improve the world. Yeah, let's start with me. Let's do the healing within. And if by my actions or my energy, you're able to have some of your traffic move along so that all the energy can move within your body to heal you. Amen and hallelujah. But you're the one that's doing the healing. Okay, so I see a lot of taboo here where people are talking bad about chocolate. So I need to stop the madness. There are certain things in the world that this girl will not surrender, and chocolate is one of them. And I make some damn good cappuccino cookies, and I make some damn good chocolate chip cookies, and I make some damn good banana cake chocolate banana muffins. So you guys are so funny. Oh, for goodness sakes. So I gotta love my chocolate, man. There's certain things that a girl's willing to surrender, and I don't eat a lot of chocolate. I will be honest, I could have lived on bags of Rolos for a long time. When I was younger and in my 20s, I survived on Rolos, cinnamon raisin bagels, because I worked in a Jewish bakery for when I was in college. And I also ate uh, cream cheese rugula, which is a fantastic freaking cookie from the Jewish bakery that I worked at, and challah bread, which, quite frankly, there is no better French toast than challah. But anyway, challah. So I wanted to bring up, where is it? I got to find my. So when we talk about trying to zhuzh our spirit, right? One of the things that I was singing the other day was, and is like, I will not be intimidated by chocolate lovers. No, no, I'm not telling you not to. I'm just saying, don't tell me I can't have my chocolate. Ben Bacon Bits is here. Ben, we've been talking about you with lyrics, and I was just about to start talking about, I can see clearly now that the rain is gone. And that's one of those songs that you can use when you're in the in between, right? And I talked about, I don't know if you saw my description, Ben, about the broken heart. So, oh, see, Milky Ways, chocolate and caramel, two beautiful relationships that have been blended together. Love them. I did make some chocolate truffles this year. I couldn't send those. I can't mail those because they won't survive. But I got to tell you, They were scrumptious. That is gonna be I think that's gonna be the word for the day for journaling. Um, but back to music. So some of the healing songs, I love Sarah Bareilles. I don't know if anybody knows who she is, but she's got this song, and it's like "Say What You Want to Say," and that's something that I sort of took as a ain't no mountain high enough kind of song. Say what you want to say, because for me, it's really about standing in my truth. You know, Andra Day with "I'll Rise Up." Yeah, these mantras of, just embracing the inner roar. Isn't that Katy Perry Roar? Another song I love. Um, so those are really, some good songs. Now, this isn't one of my favorite Elton John songs, but the idea and the lyrics is I'm still standing. You may have tried to take me out, but I am still standing and I'm doing better than I ever did. And that is the truth. Um, and the other more inspirational one for me is Unwritten. Today's where my book begins. And I really love that. Um, and then there's a group called the Style Council, where the walls come tumbling down and you don't have to take this. And then, of course, you've got Florence and the Machines. The dog days are over. Run fast for your mother, run fast for your father. Um, I just, those are some of those yeah, Titanium. Yep. Flowers. Yep. Um, the one who empowered me to separate was Flores. Um, oh God, we're still talking chocolate. Um, Jesus Flores, who lived down the block. Ay, ay, ay. Solid as a rock. You guys are cracking me up. Keep throwing out some titles. What is blue and not heavy? Oh, Lord. All right, Karen, you'd rather receive flowers than chocolate. That's okay. I love flowers. I love the kind of flowers that you can plant in the ground. So, yeah. Um, Lovely Day, Bill Withers. Absolutely, Josh, one of my most favorite. And if you were at the dog park with me, sometimes that will come out of my mouth. There's a couple of songs that are like constantly playing in my brain. And I think I've shared with you guys, I suck at the lyrics. So I know the tunes. Um, but then I sort of, if I can't remember the lyrics, I just make them up. Um, when I was a young gal, and I was going clubbing, um, Katrina and the Waves would come on Walking on Sunshine. And I got to tell you, it, even at my bluest times, and that was during I was very ill at that point. That song would come on and I was on the dance stage. It was a pub that they called Cheers here in Boston. And in the back of I don't even know if this still exists back there, but at the back of the bar, there was an area and it was an itsy bitsy little floor that you could dance on. I would, as I like to say, because this is going to be on my merch. I went banana cakes and I'd be up there dancing like a crazy chick. Um, I always said that people should play that at my funeral because I'll be walking on sunshine when I'm dead and I'll be happy and out there in the world. And it will feel so good. But there are a lot of songs that can raise us up, that can also, all I'm thinking about right now is Do I Love You? My Oh My. Um, Do I Love You? My Oh My. Mountain High, something like that. Shoot, I'm having a brain fart, but I can hear the song in my head. Um, but of course, Peaches and Herb, Shake Your Groove thing. And I Can See Clearly Now by Johnny Nash. Love that song. Always Ain't No Mountain High Enough by Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. But when you listen to Diana Ross sing that, you're like going to church. Um, and It's My Life. Yes, Bon Jovi. It's my life. Absolutely. Uh, Ben, she told you it's light blue. God, you guys are so funny. Very Deep Slade. My, oh my. There you go. I'm glad you knew what I was talking about. But so when we're in this high and low and somewhere in between, part of what I wanted today for you guys is just to be able to use the grounding techniques. That it doesn't mean that it's healing anything. It's just creating space for you to take that moment and look within what's either helping you, hurting you, stopping you, um, dissuading you from moving forward for what's going to make you happy, what's going to make your inner something shine. Um, and and that not every day is going to be filled with highs, and that's just too difficult to maintain. That we probably do live somewhere in between. And that goes with, as I was talking about hypnosis for those that wanted to um, start the journey of just eating healthier and exercising. It's not all or nothing. Eating well doesn't mean you don't get to have a piece of cake. It just means that you're not going to spend your day eating cake as your meal. That's, it's being in tune with what do you want for your best and highest good? What do you want at the end of the day when you're getting ready to close your eyes and chill out and go into your deep REM sleep? I don't know what that is because I don't have that experience. I have tinnitus, so I have constant ringing in my ears. So I have to sleep with the TV. And then it's on a timer and it'll turn off. But if I have to get up in the middle of the night, either for the dogs or myself, this freaking ringing in my ear is so obnoxious. It's very hard to find peace. So even with meditations, that's why I think I like guided meditations, because your brain can only hear so much, but the constant ringing in the ears, it's like I just want to pull my eardrums out. And I know that sounds harsh, but if you've never had that constant noise, I'm sorry, sweet boy. Um, it can really unnerve you. So I kind of lost my train of thought, but about being healthy and nourishing your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul. And it's not an all or nothing. That's what I'm trying to communicate. That in being healthy, if you wanted to enjoy a treat, there's nothing wrong with enjoying the treat. What gets most of us into trouble when it comes to taking care of ourselves is the excess. It's, I need to eat the bag of potato chips, the big bag, not this little bag. I need to eat the box of chocolate or cake or zebra cakes or ring dings or yodels or devil dogs or Twinkies. Oh, that used to be my crack. Oh, Twinkies. Thank God they changed the chemistry in it and it doesn't taste like the original Twinkies anymore. But again, the point being, you can eat one thing. My recommendation always has been to people, don't keep the crap in your house. Use that for when you go out. You want to go to a restaurant and have a nice dinner, and then you want to have a dessert, go for it. Unless you have the willpower, and I am not known for my willpower. When I get the blues, when I get the lows, when I get the highs, I crave something that fills me with happiness as I'm eating it, but afterwards I'm like, Well, you fat cow. Now what's going to happen? Now I've changed the mantra of that voice. There is no punishing me anymore, and there's no name calling. That's using the four agreements, right? You have to use your words wisely. By calling yourself names, whether it's food related, whether it's work or accomplishment. Like I said, I was disappointed in myself that I didn't follow through on some things that I felt would move me forward. What's the hesitation? And so I use my journaling that I've been posting on my community page. Um, I use those prompts to then look inward to say, what is it that's holding me back? Why am I afraid that I might succeed? Why am I afraid that I may grow on this channel? Why am I afraid that people will or won't like me? It's kind of the whole Mel Robbins of it all. Let them not like you or let them like you. You are only in charge of your own response. Let me just get to the chat so that I can let you guys go and valuing food doesn't mean you don't get to throw water balloons filled with stewed tomatoes. Okay, I kind of that's hold on, let me go backwards. Somewhere in there. All right. Um, all right, scroll. There was one dude who was in my high school named Jesus Ledesma. And we used to call him Jesus of Lidsma. Okay. I will survive. Yes. Another good song. Um let me see. Very deep. Yeah, okay, great. Ben, she told you da, 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 da. I said the answer, Ben. Scotty unfriended me after that. All right, hold on. You guys are River Deep Mountain High. Yep. My life. Okay, I heard that one. Let me just come back. Listen to the lyrics of Rocky Mountain High. Rocky Mountain High, is that Rocky Mountain High by John Denver? Or are you talking about the other song? Josh, I've done a pretty good job of installing a mind block on 70s music other than rock and roll. Look, there's some really good rock and roll. But the other day, I don't know where it came from, but it popped up. Where the hell was it? I've got a brand new pair of roller skates. You've got a brand new pair too, something like that. That's from the 70s. That popped into my head, or it was on a commercial somewhere. I heard it and I started to laugh because it absolutely was something I remembered as a young girl. And I never had roller skates. I lived out in East, I lived in the podunk world, and there was only gravel on our roads. There was no roller skating. Um, Josh, I have come to love country roads. I love that song. Don't even mess with John Denver. And if Ben has an issue with me loving John Denver and the Bee Gees, well, then we're just going to have to arm wrestle Ben. Um, Soul Shine. Cake. I want a cake day. Oh, I know. Me too. Just one slice. But you can have one slice. You can have one slice. But my point is if you're like me, I can't have the cake in the house because, yes, I'll have one slice. I'll go sit down and have a cup of coffee or hot cocoa or tea with my piece of cake. Then I'll get up and get another piece of cake because it was really delicious. And especially if it's something I made. I make a really delicious devil foods cake. Sometimes I'll throw in the mini chocolate chips on half the cake. So it's always a surprise when I cut in which half is going to have that or not. And then okay, so anyway, I got to get off this cake stuff. I'm frosting guy over here. Oh, you like the frosting. So I'm a cream cheese frosting girl. and a friend of mine made me carrot cake cupcakes that were so moist, but the cream cheese frosting on the top. See, this is a good conversation for us because I'm salivating here and I'm about to have dinner, and it's not going to satiate me in the same way that a piece of cake would. Um, and can make a 3-tiered buttercream cake with crushed malted balls. I know, it's so good. Um, and the best thing about being alone and single with nobody visiting me is I don't make those things because I only make them when I'm having company. And there is nothing better than having a 3-layered buttercream cake, chocolate frosting, which is really creamy and rich and not too sweet, and then a layer of crushed malted balls, and then a layer of crushed Oreo cookies, and then frosted and on top crushed malted balls. Don't knock it till you try it, people. Just saying. As I'm standing here eating one of them chocolate oranges. Oh, you're so funny. Yes, Karen, you've been cutting back on the sugar, which is good. And sugar, look, sugar is, I don't want to diminish the word crack, but it's our human crack. It has the same effect that crack, cocaine, any of that shit has on our brain. Ben can talk about that better because he understands the chemistry of the brain. But having drugs in our system is the same result in the brain. You want more. You want more of that cocaine. You want more of that alcohol. You want more of whatever that drug is, right? Same thing with sugar. Once you have sugar, you want more. And it's the same receptor in the brain that says, oh, I must have another piece. One is not enough. And that's where the hypnosis comes in for sugar. Drug addiction is a whole different thing. But anyway, where did the spaghetti go to dance? The meatball. I do the opposite and don't bother to eat when I'm out of space. Velcro rip it all. Da, 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 da. You guys are so funny. Dad jokes about food. I know. I tried to tell a joke about a souffle, but it fell flat. Oh my God. Yeah, sugar is a killer. It's a killer, Ben. Oh my word. All right. So before we get completely out of hand here, let me just say that, this year of my journey of being on YouTube, I've seen people do celebrations. I don't really have anything to offer other than my appreciation for each of you that have been here, for the new people that have popped on throughout the year, for those of you that have been with me from day one. For those of you on the replay, I really appreciate you coming in afterwards. And I know it helps, getting those watch hours and having people here. And though that is not the reason I do this, I do appreciate the improvement that my channel is making. And my goal is always to reach more people that could relate to the topics that we talk about. But also, it's the community within the chat that brings us together and that makes us laugh, that makes us feel good, that lightens our mood, that brings us a high and takes us out of a low, and that, we can live somewhere in the middle space. And I think that, supporting each other and cheerleading each other on is really what I've been looking forward to my whole life. And to have people that appreciate it and want to be part of it it fills my heart. It fills my cup. So you all do that for me. And that's what I'm very grateful for. So I'll be back on Tuesday. Like I said, the 27th of January, I'm going to talk about my heart event again and sort of the lessons learned. And that's part of the reason why I've been trying to eat better, because I'd like my heart to continue beating so that I could be here another year. Nobody. If you were to talk to the people who know me from that time period, nobody expected me to be here. this year. They didn't expect me to live, through 2019. So the fact that I've made it from 2019 to 2025 is a pretty big deal. And even for me, I didn't even think I'd make it to 70. And now I feel hopeful that I'll be here to age 70, that I could be here to age 80, because my life is about being fuller with love, with friendship, with community, and that I don't have to do every single day alone. And that's why I like watching some of your channels, because I don't feel alone. And so, having said that, I'm not skipping a week. No, no, no. I'm just saying that on the 27th, that's going to be my big thing. No, I'm here next Tuesday and next Thursday. I'm here next week. It's just I wanted to put that out. I haven't figured out how to schedule that far out in advance. So I just want to make that day a big day for me. That's kind of why I'm sharing it now. So set your calendars for the 27th of January so that we can have a patty. And shoot, maybe we can have a piece of cake that day. But it's about not being alone. It's about being with my peeps, and to celebrate life and to be happy that I am here. Even as I update my last will and testament and I get things prepared for, if that day comes, what happens to my pupper and my kitty. So, all of that stuff is what fills my heart, is to be prepared. Don't forget, Jimena's on tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central. I think that's correct, Jimena. Yes? Or is it 11 p.m. Central? Shoot. Jimena, just tell me in the chat if the exact time so I can share it with this group. I don't know why you're going late tonight, but I have a feeling it's probably your daughter will be asleep by then. I love you. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for lightening up the chat. Thank you for saying that, Scotty. That yes, Richard, and I'm happy for you too with your heart, my friend. It's still beating, breaking out of your body and flying away like a bat out of hell. Yay, meatloaf. Maybe we should all have a piece of cake ready for the 27th. I think so. Everybody have a cake or a cupcake or something special. Going to the party like it's 1999. That's right, Ben. A little prince. Throw a little prince in there. I can get mini cheesecake from my milkman. Oh my God. Don't talk about cheesecake. I make a phenomenal ladyfingers cheesecake. 10 p.m. Central, 11 p.m. Eastern. Jimena is on tonight. So if anybody's awake, I'm going to try Jimena. I just can't promise. And yes, it's on after Victor. He usually ends about 10:30-ish. And then there's a little break before Jimena kicks in. Yep, I see what you're saying. Great. All right, you guys. I just want to send you with love, light, healing, compassion, friendship, community, sprinkled with laughter and giggles. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for being on the journey with me as I've started this adventure. And I will see you on Tuesday. I don't know what the date is. Hold on. Let me tell you what the date is so I can. The 20th. I will be here on Tuesday, the 20th. But stay tuned. I will be posting the journaling prompt of the day. So hope you're enjoying those and that they're inspiring you to put pen to paper or whatever. So much love, much favor. Thank you, Josh. And until next time, be well, live in light, and I bless you.